What is up, everybody? We are back for another episode of Palm City Chucks. In this one, we're talking week one NFL. The NFL is back, baby. We're going to be
Oh,
making our
baby.
predictions for week one. This is our second split off NFL episode. We're super excited about it. Let's get right into it with our Thursday night game this week, the kickoff game. NFC East matchup. We got the Cowboys traveling to Philadelphia for the ring ceremony, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
Kris, I will let you take this one first.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting ring ceremony. It's awesome, but I am terrified because it would be so embarrassing to lose after the ring ceremony to a rival like the Cowboys. Oh my gosh, I'm literally so scared, I think, just because of how embarrassing that would be. Um, but luckily, we definitely should win. We're the better team. We're at home, which I love. So, I mean, I'm definitely picking the birds here, but I'm scared for sure.
He's shaking in his boots, folks. Shaking in
Yeah.
his
No,
boots.
it's just like it just
Trap
feels like we
game?
could lose. Yeah, like exactly. And then with the recent Parsons moving to the Packers, it's just like I don't know what's going on with the Eagles players. Are they thinking past this one already, or are we going to be in the moment? And I don't know. We should beat the shit out of them, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And it's just week one, too. Like, I don't know. There's just a lot going on in my mind on this game. But
That's
yeah,
fair.
we definitely should win. I'm rolling with us. I hope it works out. But
Yep, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, prior to the Micah Parsons trade, in line with how I predicted this division to go, I would have picked the Cowboys to win this game for all those reasons you just listed off. But
yeah,
Micah Parsons is a game changer. The Dallas Cowboys no longer have him, and Kenny Clark certainly is a quality player, but he is no Micah Parsons.
no.
So in Philadelphia on ring ceremony night, I've got to go with Philly taking this game here. I think the Eagles are going to win the first
What
Thursday night
kind of
football
game
season
do
of the
you
year.
think?
I
Like,
think this could be a bit of a shootout. I
yeah,
think it's going to be a shootout. It's
and
either
like
that or
close
really
to?
messy. Um, gosh, I don't know. Maybe there's some health questions on the Eagles side, like how actually healthy is AJ Brown.
Yeah,
Um, things like that. So we'll see. I mean, you're without lineman that got hurt. I'm blanking.
oh,
Help me
Dickerson.
out. Yeah, there you go. Landon Dickerson. Thank
Yeah,
you. That's a loss. So
I didn't even know he was ruled out just yet. But yeah,
actually,
I'm
I didn't
just
know that.
glad.
I just assumed based on the
Oh
initial
yeah,
injury, but
he might be fine. I mean, we'll have to look for
uh,
sure after this. I definitely will. But yeah, if he is out, it's not a long term injury. We got really lucky there. But yeah, I mean, I just don't like it. You said it. Trap game kind of feels that way, but we definitely should win. I'm never gonna pick the Cowboys against us. Hell no. So
yeah, I didn't think you would. I didn't think you would.
no.
Well, let's move on to another divisional matchup that we got this week. Friday game. Love that we get a Friday football
Yeah,
here. It's
so sweet.
fantastic. The Chiefs taking on the Chargers in Brazil, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's a fun little international game. What do you got?
First of all, I got what the hell, NFL? This is a divisional matchup. You can't just freaking take the Chargers home game. Like, I am all for playing games in different countries, but do not do a divisional matchup. Like, that seems so messed up.
I
Chargers are
agree.
going to play in Arrowhead. Like, Chiefs aren't going to have to play in LA. This is just not fair at all. Like, it's one thing when it's a different opponent outside the division, and we got that extra game now, so it's like it doesn't really matter that much. You'll still have an even amount of home games, and then you just have that away game, which is away for your opponent too. So it kind of washes. But yeah, I don't like that at all. But as far as the pick goes, I'm going Chiefs here. I think the Chargers. We looked at our predictions for the NFL. I think a few weeks ago. At this point, I do have the Chargers finishing ahead of the Chiefs, but this early in the season, a destination. I don't. It's given me like I want Andy Reid's team.
That's fair. I mean, I went through a lot of the same thought process because I also have the Chargers finishing with the Chiefs. In fact, I have them winning the division.
Yeah.
Um, and if this was a true home game for the Chargers, I think I would go Chargers here.
Hmm.
But since they are in Brazil, and you made a really great point that I hadn't even thought about, honestly, doing this to a divisional game is ridiculous. I feel
It is.
terrible for the Chargers that they're losing their home game of the division matchup of the year. That's really, really tough for them. So I
Yeah.
just think the Chiefs, with Andy Reid, a little more experience overall on the squad, I just think they take this one. I think this one will be a close, low-scoring game.
Yeah. I like that prediction. I think it'll be low scoring as well.
Yeah. Up next, we got the Cardinals and the Saints starting off the Sunday slate here. I thought this was a pretty easy pick for me. I don't expect the Saints to do well. I mean, Spencer Rattler being your starting quarterback is just not good. It's simply
No,
not
it's
good.
not ideal.
Yeah, and I
Unless,
expect the Cardinals to be decent this year, like
yeah,
semi-decent. So I think that Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison, James Conner, I think they put together a game against a Saints team that doesn't necessarily seem like it wants to win a lot of games this year. So I get Cardinals.
yeah, unless Kamara wants to have his classic 5 touchdown games. If he wants to do one of those, maybe it's a different outcome. But yeah, I really don't see it. I think the Cardinals are definitely an up and up team, and the Saints are definitely going downward. So yeah, I mean, we went over it before too. I think the Saints are literally tanking this year. They have no interest in winning this game, and therefore they won't.
That's fair. I mean, that's probably good news for Tyler Shuck, though. That probably means he looked half decent in camp, and they just decided not to start him, so they had a better chance of
Right.
losing games with Spencer at
That's
the helm. So
yeah,
positive spin there for the Rook.
yeah.
But we'll move on to the next game here.
So weird. They draft the older rookie quarterback just to sit him anyway when you got
Yep.
nothing to lose. I mean, but we kind of agree on this, like bench your rookies when you can, but
Yep.
in the Saints case, I don't really know because it's like, I mean, you're trying to lose anyway. I guess you don't want him to get hurt, but
I
he's not a
guess.
long-term answer either, and I think
No
they know
way.
that.
No
So
way.
I don't know why they spent that kind of capital on him, but yeah, that's not what we're here to talk
They had
about.
to feel desperate. Yeah. No, it's not. Let's move on to the Dolphins Colts. I mean, I got the Dolphins in this one. The Colts are just a team in bit of shambles in my opinion. I mean, when you've got Anthony Richardson, top 5 pick from 2 years ago, and you're rolling with Daniel Jones, who we've seen what he can do on the Giants. I mean, that doesn't spell great things for Anthony Richardson's career or the Colts
No.
season. So I got the Dolphins, a healthy Dolphins starting off hot here with the win.
Right. Yeah, I this one was actually really tough for me. I went back and forth. I think it being Danny Dimes really helps the Colts. I think Richardson's that bad. I also think Danny Dimes could be different. It's a completely different environment. The Giants are kind of poison. So you get away from them, you get a fresh start. I'm not saying he's going to be great, but I think he could be serviceable as a Colt. And they do have decent pieces around them, but I agree. At the end of the day, this is guaranteed health Dolphins, so I went with them as well.
Yeah, all right, up next, we got the Raiders traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. This one was a really tough one for
Yeah,
me to pick here. Ultimately, I ended up going with the home team and the team that probably has a little bit more chemistry at this point, and that was the Patriots. I think Mike Vrabel's going to come out and make a statement in his first game as head coach. I don't know that Pete Carroll is going to have that team fully meshing yet there in Vegas with Geno and everything. So I think the Pats take a close one here.
yeah. This one's tough. Honestly, if this matchup was happening in like week 12, I feel like it's Pats without a doubt. But because it's so early and there's just so much we don't know, it's two completely new teams basically, considering the coaching changes and a lot of young guys on this team too, young drafted guys that are expected to make an impact right away. But I ended up going Pats as well. But yeah, this one's really a toss up. I would not be surprised if it goes the other way.
Yeah. I think that's a interesting take here. You think later in the season that the Pats would be your
I
guaranteed
think
pick here.
Oh yeah, I think the Pats. I mean, I've kind of said it before. I think Vrabel's phenomenal. He's going to turn them around. I don't think they're going to be too crazy this year, but literally next year, this is probably a playoff team.
Mm. I had kind of the same thought, except for the opposite. I actually thought if the Raiders were playing the Pats in like week 12, I think I would go Raiders without a doubt. I think Pete
Really?
Carroll with that amount of time, I think their offense is going to be pretty decent. By that time, you got Geno cooking, Jonty Foley, ready to go. You've got Brock Bowers in there. You've got Jacoby Myers, who's not really a wide receiver one, but I think he's a criminally underrated receiver in the league. I think he does a really great job
Yeah, I
overall.
agree. It's because
Um,
he's a wide receiver one. People expect, the world out of him. But
yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, he's solid. If he was a wide receiver two, which he is, he would be one of the better ones. So yeah, I
Yep.
agree. But yeah, you're just too you're too high on the Raiders. You always are. Last year you had them doing crazy things.
I know. It's really a me problem at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I got Pats here though. I'm very proud of you for having the Patriots as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Came to your senses.
It
But
took a
let's
lot.
move on to the Steelers traveling to New York to take on the New York Jets. This was another really tough one for me. Bit of an Aaron Rodgers revenge game, I guess.
And
Maybe.
Fields, man. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
dope
and
matchup.
Fields. Fields definitely. Rodgers, maybe. Can you really
Yeah.
call it a
Yeah.
revenge game when you
Let's
tore your
go.
Achilles the first year and you were shit last year? For Justin Fields, it's like he took the team to a 4-2 record, then got benched.
Yeah. It's a little
So
more personal for him.
a little more personal. And for that reason, the Jets being home, I think the Jets defense got something to say. Steelers defense also nothing to mess about, but I
Yeah.
got Jets here.
All right. Yeah, I think this matchup's awesome. I love that it's those two against their former teams. I think that's great. I think the teams are pretty damn equal. But I do slightly give the edge to the Steelers, and then just given Tomlin's track record, man, I mean, they're gonna get above 500. These are the games they win, so I'm going with Steelers.
That's fair. Our first difference of the year right there. The first one.
Who would have? You're riding on the Jets for the first difference of the
I
year.
know, right? It's a
Crazy
tough
world.
feeling. Yeah. But here we are, sitting in Long Beach, California, saying the Jets are going to beat the Steelers this weekend. Let's move on to another divisional matchup. We got the Giants traveling to Washington D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders. This was an easy one for me. I didn't think about it that much. I got the Commanders here. I think they're just such a better team than the Giants. Malik Neighbors' health is questionable right now too. He's had that questionable tag for quite a long time. Well, what can he really bring when he's the star player on that offense at this point? I mean, Russ is going to throw the ball. That's going to happen. Maybe
Yeah,
not as much as Jameis would have. I still wish that they'd never signed Russ solely so Jameis had a starting spot in the league. The league is a better place when Jameis Winston is playing consistent football, baby. I am.
right.
I'll say that over and over.
It's what the
Um,
people want.
yeah, but the Giants' defensive line is no joke. That is
Yeah,
for sure. And this Commanders' offense is going to be tested. What can they do in year two of Jalen Daniels right off the bat in week one? That Giants' D
yeah,
line is scary. But
it really
ultimately, I got
is.
the Commanders here. I think it's going to be a close game, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could be a low scoring, close game. That Giants defense is no joke. It's a good thing Daniels is mobile. He might be doing a lot decent bit of running. running away from the pass rush. But yeah, that just the talent of the Commanders compared to the Giants as a whole, it's not really that close. Giants D line is pretty much it. Like you said, Neighbors dealing with some injuries, and I mean, who knows what kind of Russ we're gonna see. He has moments of being solid, and then moments of being what the hell happened to you. So I guess I guess we'll have to wait and see what version we get. But yeah, for now I'm definitely taking Commanders.
Yeah, unfortunately for Russ these days, I think it's a lot more of the latter
Yeah.
recently, and what the hell happened to you, dude? Let's ride. Uh,
Yeah.
oh man, what's this? What do you think his catchphrase is going to be on the Giants? I haven't heard one yet. So what do you think we got?
It's probably let's tank. No, I don't
Yeah,
know what it is. It's probably cringe, I'm sure. It's got to be
grab
cringe.
a New York slice. Yeah,
Yeah.
something along those lines. I don't know. Just had to take a stab at it, but
Not
let's move
bad.
on to the Panthers traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. This was another one I found really difficult. I think the
Yeah.
Panthers are going to win more games this year. I don't think they're going to be great, but I think they're definitely going to win more games. But I also think the same of the Jags. I think they're going to be a better overall team this year. They're at home. Like basically 90% of my body was telling me to go with the Panthers here, but then there was the 10% that was my gut, which told me the Jags, and I was like, you know what? I had to go Jaguars here.
Okay. Yeah, well said. I think both teams will be improved, especially the Panthers. They have a lot more faith in that. Um, but yeah, I don't like that the Jags are home. That made it really tough. If Panthers are home, I'm going them no brainer. But Jags being at home did really make it difficult. I ended up siding with the Panthers though. I think they're slightly better at this point, but it's really freaking close, man. These are
I
some evenly matched teams.
I agree. Like I said, my brain was telling me the Panthers, but that deep down feeling inside was like, it's the Jaguars, man. But I agree. I think the Panthers they're more of a shoe-in for having an improved season than the Jaguars are. I
Yeah.
also have that feeling. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're not even in game one yet. And we're talking end game. So let's
Right,
get a hold
for
of
real.
ourselves. Take a breath. Um, Now we got another divisional matchup in week one here. The Bengals traveling to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Um, yeah. Joe Flacco's a quarterback, so I think the Browns in this early season will be half decent,
Oh, yeah.
actually. Because their defense isn't trash. I mean, you got Miles Garrett, Denzel Ward, like you got some players on the other side of the ball. Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, okay wide receiver core. Don't hate it. But the Bengals are the Bengals, and they are going to find a way to score a lot of points against this Cleveland Browns defense. So I had to go Bengals here. The one thing I will say is Zach Taylor's start to seasons is garbage. Absolute garbage.
Yeah.
And that fact, I mean, think about week one last year against the Patriots, man. That fact alone almost had me go Browns, but I had to go Bengals here. And I also went Bengals because the amount of goddamn Bengal juice you were slurping last week made me feel very confident you weren't going Browns here, so it'd be safe to
Oh,
go the
playing a little
Jaguars here.
defense. Yeah, it's funny you say the Bengals are the Bengals, so that like they're gonna score a lot of points. The minute you said that, that's what I thought. The Bengals are the Bengals. They're gonna lose week one.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
no, I'm sipping that juice, so I went Bengals. But you bring
Bro,
up a
you're
good
not
point.
sipping. You are
I'm chugging.
guzzling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm chugging. But yeah, you bring up a good point. The Browns are going to be a lot better as long as Flacco's in there. Like you said, defense totally serviceable. I'd say probably in the front half of the league. Um, so yeah, as long as they have Joe slinging it, I think they'll be okay. This should be a good game. But yeah, I'm sipping. So Bengals.
Yeah. That's fair. Up next, we got another divisional matchup, this time
Yeah.
coming from the NFC South. Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. This was another really, really difficult pick for me here. I think these teams are going to finish 1-2 in the NFC South. I
Yep.
ended up going with the Falcons because you got the Buccaneers, who are really hurt at wide receiver right now. Emeka Egbuka is going to be playing their wide receiver too because both Jalen McMillan and Chris Godwin are on IR, so that's unfortunate. I also think this series is probably going to get split 1-1. So when that happens, typically I go home team for each of those games. So that's what led me to go with the Falcons here.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's gonna split 1-1 when it's all said and done, but I am going with the away team. I am taking the Bucks. I just think the Falcons are still really young, especially Penix. Just looked decent last year, but it was such a small sample size. I feel like it's a rookie quarterback going out there week one. So I'm going with the Bucks. Todd Bowles knows how to game plan for these young QBs. He's known for that, and yeah, I think the Bucks. The injuries on offense are definitely concerning, but yeah, I think it's more about the defense and how they stop Atlanta. And honestly, also a big Ibuka fan. I think he's gonna do nicely in Tampa. I know it's early; it's gonna be week one. He's already gonna have to prove it, but yeah, I think he'll do just fine. And good old Mike Evans is still around, so I think the Bucks will squeak by.
The definition of all reliable, Mike
Yeah.
Evans, honestly. Up next, moving to the NFC West in another divisional matchup, we have the 49ers traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Another tough one for me because as I've mentioned, I think the 49ers are going to be better this year. Are they that right off the rip? Do they just full 180 it right away? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm also not super, super high on the Seahawks this year. So I ended up going with the San Francisco 49ers to take this week one matchup.
All right. Yeah, this one's tough. We talked about it when we were ranking our NFC West. Really tough to put those teams in order. Um, but I ended up going 49ers here too. I think the Seahawks are going to be a decent team. I don't think they're going to be as good. I definitely prefer Geno over Darnold, and I don't know. I think losing Metcalf definitely hurts too. I mean, they got Cooper Cup in, but that's a very different kind of wide receiver. So I wonder how well his style's going to mesh with JSN. But yeah, 49ers, again, it kind of gives me Dolphin vibe. Like you're guaranteed health for the most part this week one.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going Niners.
Yeah. To be clear, I mean, I did end up putting the Seahawks at second in my NFC West here, but I think with how much they're
Yeah.
going to beat up on each other, I just think throughout the whole season, they're not going to be that crazy, and I do have them out of the playoffs too, just to throw that out there. Um, but we got the Titans Broncos up next, one of the easier picks of the week for me. That Broncos defense taking on rookie Cam Ward, and I feel bad for him that this is the defense he is going to see in his first regular season NFL game. They are scary good. Bo Nix looked very good last year, better than I thought that he was going to be against that Titans defense. Think he'll tear it up. I mean, I think the Broncos win this pretty comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. I feel so bad for Cam Ward. That's a brutal start. Yeah, you do not want to face this Broncos D as your first game in the NFL. But yeah, you said it. This was one of the few easy ones. I mean, there's so little we know in week one. I mean, it's all just straight opinion. It's nasty shit. I'm sipping Bengal juice. Like it's crazy times right now. But this is when we learn because it's back, baby. But yeah, this one feel pretty damn safe going Broncos.
That's fair. Up next, we have my boyos, the Detroit Lions, traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers in what was already going to be a highly watched game, but is going to be even more so now after this Micah Parsons trade. Before I say what direction I go here, I want to have a little discussion, and that is how ridiculous NFL bookmakers are. All of a sudden, switching over, Green Bay Packers are now favored to win the NFC North. Brother, come on now.
I didn't
Come
even
on
know
now.
that.
Yeah,
That's
no, the Green Bay
wild.
Packers are now favored. They're also favored in this game to beat the Lions. And have they paid attention the past 2 years with how dominant the Lions have been?
You also have you have one of the best O lines in the league, even with the retirement and all that. But that's absurd for one player to make that much of a difference when you have the counter to stop it,
Mhm.
or not
So I
stop it, slow it down severely.
so I think this is gonna be a case of the Lions are extremely hungry in week 1 to go out and prove they are still the best team in the NFC North
Oh
and
yeah,
shut everybody up again ASAP. And who knows if Micah is even going to be out on that field. I don't know. I
yeah. He's got that
uh,
back shit going on, so
yeah.
new
So we'll see.
system just got there. Who knows?
And even if he does, Lions, man, that offense is lethal. Their defense is healthy again.
Hmm.
Praise be, stay that way this year,
Yeah,
please. Because they are a top 10 unit in the NFL at least. Yeah, when that defense is healthy at this point. So we'll see. We'll see. But I got the Lions. I think they're going to shut up Packers fans.
yeah. I mean, like like they needed any more motivation to take on a rival, and they got it. Um, That being said, I did go Packers here. I see a split in this matchup too, but I also couldn't see it being the other way around, and the away team winning. Which in this case I could kind of see it. I definitely can't see the Packers going to Detroit and winning. So to embrace the full split, it had to shake out this way. But yeah, I didn't know about the switch up on the NFC North as a whole. They think the Packers are going to freaking win it. That's wild. So Lions are definitely going to be hungry, like you said.
Yep. There's just with 3 games left. This is an interesting matchup here. The Texans traveling to LA to take on the Rammies. This was a tough one, but
Might be
as
the
we know
worst
from
one.
our NFC conversation, I'm not super high on the Rams this year, which is very tough for me to say with Matthew Stafford still at the helm. But he is hurt, and I've got a knowing this man, he's gonna be hurt all year, and he's gonna play
It's
through
not
it
going to matter.
anyways. But it's gonna affect his play. I think I really do think so. And I think it's no different in this week 1 matchup. I've got the Texans winning this one. I think they'll be a playoff team in the AFC, so I think the Texans take this game.
Yeah, I feel like this was probably the toughest pick for me. I don't know. There were quite a few, but yeah, brutal nonetheless. But yeah, it looks like Stafford's going to play. That is huge, but also is what makes this such a difficult pick. If Stafford ain't playing, it's Texans all day, but he's supposed to play. They're at home. I don't know that the Texans are going to be improved. Like the Rams were on the upward trajectory last year. Texans were coming down. Going into last year, I had them as the 1 seed in the AFC. Like I was that hot on them after
I know.
CJ Stroud's first rookie year, D'Amico Ryan's how good he was doing, and like all the wheels fell off. I don't know that they did a good enough job addressing major issues, specifically the offensive line. Um, but yeah, I mean, time's gonna tell. I think they will be better than last year, but I'm going with the Rams. It feels safer to me.
Fair enough. Risk averse.
Yeah.
Um, but we got 2 games left. We have our Sunday night game first. The Ravens traveling to Buffalo and taking on the Bills in what was another just. I mean, this is a great, great week 1 matchup. Could very well
Mhm.
be the AFC Championship game when it's all said and done. So to get this in
Yep.
week 1 is awesome. Sunday night, awesome. But I think that the Ravens are going to take this game in Buffalo. I think their defense is going to be much improved overall this year. I've mentioned after they removed the safety last year, they were top 5 defense after that. I think that will continue into this year. I think Lamar is Lamar, and I think that the Bills have a little bit more betting in to do with new players than the Ravens do. So in
Yeah.
week 1, I've got Lamar and the Ravens taking this game.
Yeah, this one was brutal too. It really was. I was like grasping at straws, like who gets the edge, like just batting it around in my brain. And I remembered that last year when the Bills were home, they literally averaged like 35 a game or something stupid. Like they were insane. So I ended up going Bills, but I like your point a lot that the Ravens are pretty much bringing back the same unit. The Bills do have some new blood in the room. And yeah, week one, little things like that can certainly tip the scale. So that's a good point there. But I am sticking with what I got here. I'm going Bills.
Gotta go with the gut, baby. And then to our Monday night game, the other half of the NFC North playing in a divisional matchup. The Vikings traveling to Chicago to take on the new look Bears. Brand new offensive line, new head coach in Ben Johnson, lots of new players everywhere. And I think in week one, honestly, this is more of a how bad I think the Vikings are going to be pick rather than how improved the Bears will be in week one. I think it'll be improved over the year, maybe not so much in week one. But
Yeah.
I think the Bears win this game because of how bad the Vikings are, especially JJ McCarthy. I think he's going to be ass cheeks.
I'm so glad you said that because I also went Bears, but I feel like I'm doing this because of my bets, my side bets. I really wish this matchup wasn't freaking week one because, like you said, I don't think the Bears are going to be themselves right away. They're going to have to, pull it all together and get it rolling. Like I don't know, week 4, week 5, or something like that. But I did go Bears anyway because I mean they got to win this one for my bet to, to have any hope at all. And yeah, you said it. I agree. I don't have faith in McCarthy. Um, and the Vikings defense just scares the shit out of me. But I feel like Ben Johnson is such a good game planner. Uh, the other thing you got to think of, this is week one. Yes, they're learning the whole offense. It's all new and all that. But you also get extra time to prepare for your first opponent. And I think that will help the Bears out a lot, considering the Vikings defense is disgusting. It's very good. But McCarthy, yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going to amount to much. So I'm really banking on him playing poor more so than the Bears being good out of the gate.
Yeah, and something that even drills your point home more is Ben Johnson is coming from an NFC North team, so he's very, very familiar with the Vikings' defensive
Yeah,
scheme.
yeah.
So
Seemed to do just fine against the Vikings last year. So
I'd say so. I'd say
yeah,
so. But wow, we are stacking up for quite a spicy week one here. 6
six.
differences to
That's
start the
awesome.
year. Lions, Packers, Steelers, Jets, Panthers, Jags, Bucks, Falcons, Texans, Rams, and Ravens, Bills. I mean, they're spread out. We got early games, middle of the day games, night games. I mean, this is gonna be a fun week of watching, man. I'm so excited.
Me too. I mean, it feels like a 3-3 split. I don't know how you feel. It
I've
really
had
does.
that thought, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how it pans out because last year I got out to a pretty big jump in the
Dude,
week one, and you just
if it
never
wasn't for
quite.
week one, it literally we were like the same
Yeah, I
until
know.
the last week when I had to do wild shit to try and, catch up. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty wild what a week can do. We certainly learned that last year, especially
may-
me.
maybe it'll end up the opposite this year, and I'll be playing catch up. We'll see. We'll see.
I don't want that pressure. I don't know if I could keep you off my ass for fucking 17 weeks.
You're right. You can't. Uh, all right. With that shrewd comment, we will wrap up this episode of Palm City Chucks here. Week one of the NFL is here, baby.
Oh
We are
yeah.
thrilled on the Palm City Chucks channel that is the case. I'm telling you, I am glued to my couch this Sunday, this
Uh,
Thursday night,
This
this Friday
Friday.
night, this Monday night. I am glued. I am sorry to my girlfriend. I am sorry to anybody that needs me for anything. Unless you are dying, sorry. That's all I've got to say. But we appreciate you all that are listening in. Please like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think. And we'll be back with you next week to recap week one and talk about week two.
Later, PCC.